It's been a while since I've done this series, but with how much college football news we've gotten recently, I've decided to bring this back. About 2 months ago, I created a brand new series called 4th and 10, where I discuss 4 stories going on in the college football world in about 10 minutes. Now, there's a lot to cover today, so it's only going to be 3 stories. Justin Fields announced today that he's starting a petition to try and get the Big Ten to reinstate the college football season. There's also a lot of drama surrounding Florida State, as per usual, and Vanderbilt sees a good chunk of players opting out for the 2020 season. All that today on 4th and 10. Now, let's go for it. Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields started a petition requesting the Big Ten immediately reinstates the 2020 college football season. At the time of this recording, the petition has more than 70,000 signatures. Here's what it says. We, the football players of the Big Ten, together with the fans and supporters of college football, request that the Big Ten Conference immediately reinstate the 2020 college football season. Allow Big Ten players and teams to make their own choices as to whether they wish to play or opt out this fall season. Allow Big Ten players and teams who choose to opt out of playing a fall season to do so without penalty or repercussion. Why is this important? Because we want to play. We believe the safety protocols have been established and can be maintained to mitigate concerns of exposure to COVID-19. We believe that we should have the right to make decisions about what is best for our health and our future. Don't let our hard work and sacrifice be in vain. #LetUsPlay. Fields tweeted on Sunday that this cause is close to my heart and urged people to sign the petition. The petition follows the Big Ten's decision to postpone the 2020 season based on medical advice and a vote from the conference's presidents and chancellors. According to reports, Big Ten presidents voted 12-2 to cancel the football season, with only Iowa and Nebraska voting in favor of playing the season. Parents of Big Ten players have also spoken out about their desire to let their sons play, as parents from Iowa, Penn State, and Ohio State have all released letters addressed to Warren, looking for answers about why the season was canceled and what happens moving forward. Christopher O'Shaughnessy, whose son Michael is a punter at Ohio State, said he signed the petition and that parents are proud of Justin Fields for what he is doing. If you're telling us it's not safe for our kids to be either in the practices or in the games, tell us why. We want to know. If we're supposed to be protecting our kids from something, we want to know what it is. The Big Ten did not share any of that information with us, and that's where I get mad. So whatever happens moving forward, you have to give major props to Justin Fields for getting the ball rolling on this. As I mentioned, as of recording right now, it has more than 70,000 petitions, but by the time this video is up, I wouldn't be shocked if it has 100,000 or more. If you guys watched my podcast earlier this week, you would know that I'm all for players getting a chance to play. If they want to sit out, they should have the right to do so. Their scholarship should not be removed. They should still get to remain on full scholarship. However, if players want to play, if they know the consequences that could potentially happen, but they're okay with it, they should have the right to do so. So hopefully this gains some traction, and hopefully we're able to get Big Ten and Pac-12 football this fall. There has been some major drama over the last few days at Florida State, as multiple players have come out to voice their frustration with how the school has handled the coronavirus testing at school. On Wednesday night, DJ Matthews tweeted that he had been tested positive for COVID-19, but the tweet was quickly deleted. He followed that on Thursday morning with a second tweet suggesting lies within the program. Tamari and Terry, the Seminoles' best wide receiver, co-tweeted that tweet with this. Warren Thompson offered some clarity in an open letter to Florida State, saying he had been lied to about testing and health protocols on multiple occasions. He posted this on Instagram, but the post has since been deleted. Here are some things that I was able to get from the post. Being a student athlete is difficult during this time, and the proper leadership regarding these problems does not exist. During this entire week of camp, I have been lied to multiple times about the conditions of other players' health as well as mine. I have been ridiculed about speaking regarding this issue, and it needs to be addressed for myself to safely continue the season. The lies from our leaders have backed myself into a corner, putting my overall well-being in jeopardy. The players' tweets came while the rest of the team was practicing Thursday morning. After practice, Coach Mike Norvell criticized the public commentary, repeatedly calling it disappointing and saying that while he had not read the language specifically, he had been told some content was untrue. Norvell said he did not learn of the tweets until he left practice. We're working through the policies and procedures that are in place for us, but I've been very transparent with every player I've talked to. Florida State has refused to release testing numbers since players returned to campus in June. While other schools, including Clemson, Michigan, and Oklahoma, have released their numbers, Florida State has not released any data. Cindy Ruiz had this to say on Twitter: "We need answers and we want the truth. As parents and family members, we deserve to know our kids are safe. Weekly testing has not taken place, and many players have tested positive and yet told to remain silent. Silent no more." According to sources close to the situation, the concerns reached a boiling point on Tuesday when Florida State Athletic Director David Coburn said during a roundtable discussion with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis that the school was doing weekly testing. In fact, the school had not tested that often throughout the summer, and the testing results largely had been kept private, even from the players. Sources said that some players had been tested just 3 or 4 times since returning to campus. Additional concerns were raised when Matthews tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday. Players believed that Matthews had felt sick prior to testing, but was still able to participate in position meetings, which led to quarantine for others. Norvell said he spoke with Thompson, Terry, and Matthews on Wednesday night, including about coronavirus testing and contact tracing protocols. Norvell said he did not ask Matthews to delete his initial tweet and said players are free to post anything they want on social media. A few players have actually come out and spoken on behalf of Florida State's efforts. Starting safety Jaden Lars Woodby tweeted, "You guys can come here and check for yourself. The Florida State athletic training staff has been doing everything in their power to keep us safe. They respected those who chose not to play this year for their safety. But what we cannot do is let their efforts go unnoticed. Thank you." Asante Samuel tweeted, "I feel safe coming to practice every day because of the protocols Florida State has in place." Former Florida State fullback Freddie Stevenson, who last played for the Seminoles in 2016, tweeted that we can't use you to anyone who ain't all in with the program. We go into war with everybody that is all in with Florida State football. If you ain't all in, then no hard feelings. We wish you the best, but we can't use you. We're going to change the culture here. It's been a losing culture for the past few years, and we can't allow it to continue. Go Noles. This is the second public backlash against Norvell before he has even coached a game for the school. Back in June, star defensive tackle Marvin Wilson threatened a player boycott and stated publicly that Norvell had misrepresented meetings between coaches and players after George Floyd was killed in police custody. Norvell met with the team the next day to clear the air, and he said the situation was largely a misunderstanding, thanking Wilson for bringing the matter to light. Here's what Norvell had to say on Thursday. "There's a transition anytime there's a new staff in the program. The issue back in May with Marvin, I was able to come out and understand where my mistake was made. I own that. We came together as a team. Players have a right to post whatever they want to post. Everyone has a platform they can use. I support our players and their voice. The integrity of how we operate, I stand by it every day." Wilson tweeted Thursday saying, "I feel safe with what Florida State football is doing for us through this pandemic and keeping us safe. Let's play some football." Norvell said he was not aware whether Terry, Thompson, or Matthews would opt out after Thursday's social media post, saying repeatedly that all players are free to do so if they have health concerns. Multiple Vanderbilt football players, including senior linebacker and leading tackler Dimitri Moore, have informed coach Derek Mason that they plan to opt out this season over concerns amid the coronavirus. All 14 SEC schools are scheduled to begin practice on Monday. Here's what Mason told ESPN on Saturday. "We've had 5 or 6 opt out, and I know there will be several across the league as this thing gets closer. Our kids are looking, listening, and paying attention and making decisions for themselves, and that's exactly what me and my program encourage. You want these guys to be part of your program and be part of your team, but not if they're uncomfortable." At least 3 other players who started games for Vanderbilt last year have told Mason they plan to opt out this season, including offensive lineman Cole Clemens, Jonathan Stewart, and Bryce Bailey. Earlier this month, kicker Oren Milstein announced that he was opting out on Twitter and said that the reasoning stemmed from an uncertain long-term effects of contracting the virus and increasing examples of athletes and young people being severely affected. Mason told ESPN that Vanderbilt has been diligent in making sure players have had as much information as possible from all the medical experts. "I've got kids all across this gamut just like everybody else does. Everybody needs to understand that there are going to be risk factors, but some kids are predisposed, whether you've got an autoimmune issue or you've got a history of high blood pressure and heart issues. Those things are real. You continue to talk to your kids every week to make sure guys do feel comfortable. That's what you do, because at the end of the day, you don't want them to feel any pressure to play. There has to be a level of comfort with everything that's going on, and I feel good about the way we've gone about it here at Vanderbilt. We've got some of the best and brightest medical people in the country right here. I hear some people asking what's different about our science than the science in other conferences that has elected not to move forward. The vast majority of these kids all want to play. Some of them don't know enough and they're trying to figure it out. And there are others that are going to play no matter what. That would have been the same way at Ohio State or anywhere else. I'm not saying that the Big Ten or Pac-12 maybe jumped too early. I don't know. Early, late, or whatever. I just know that the SEC has been about finding out information. I know we're going to take our hits for that, but the only thing that tells it is time. The only thing that'll make this right or wrong is time. We'll figure it all out. Well, that wraps it up for today's episode. What are your thoughts on everything I've discussed today? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. If you love college football, this is definitely the place for you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.